This is actually one of my first times trying to mod a source mod, remod. I usually specialize in remodding gold source things, and only now do I ever try doing it on source. And boy, it is way harder than it seems, because often case in gold source things were a lot simpler. Model decompiling is easy, compiling is easy as well. But in source, yes, here is again many enemies. I don't need. Don't tell me game. If Leon is watching this right now, please mate, get rid of the many enemies thing. It's distracting. I don't need to be told 1,000 times that I picked the many enemies thing. Anyway, yeah, like I said before, this source modding is way harder than gold source. I mean, yeah, it becomes second nature once you already get used to it, but in the initial... Okay. Really hate fighting headcrabs. They are so slick bastard who just can't seem to stay still, the miserable rodents. Okay, I think they're all dead, yeah. Model decompiling, even doing things in Hammer. I think Jackhammer is trying to do things so that it'll fit as well in source. Hopefully it does, because I've been thinking of getting rid of some of the pointless cutscenes in the closure. Hopefully I can actually do that. The only mapping experience I have is, well, I think just mapping things for Cry of Fear. I did the maps for one of the maps for Cry of Fear Memories. You guys might have known it to be the map that is designed based on Psycho. Funny enough, I haven't exactly found a chance to watch the movie before making the map. Only after I made the map do I actually find the time to watch it. I also did the map for Scrolls of Shaimon and the other community collab, the mine thing. Although I think I just recycled that, so it may not seem as good as my previous map. I seem to have run out of ammo. This is bad. Let's see if I can do one of these. Yes, I can. Bloody hell. Just wait for it, door's gonna get open, and there we go. Some ammo and some shotguns. Anywho, yeah, like I said before, I did some maps for Cry of Fear, and I think that's like my only experience in mapping. I did try to retrain myself mapping using Jackhammer before everything got lost in the collapse of my previous computer. If you guys have noticed, I'm not using a 4x3 monitor again. I'm actually using my dad's computer, which is not as broken as my previous one. The enemies stand still until they see you. Might want to fix that a bit, because they die very slowly. Oh boy. Oh boy. Whoops. Give me a time to reload, mates. Let's not charge positions until we've done some reloading. Let's not do that. Thank you. Some ammunition for yours truly. Everything shall be in tip-top shape. All will be well and all will be fine. Here is one of the few times that we're gonna get a music overlaying thing if we're not careful. So let's be careful. A music will trigger inside the house a little bit ways from here, and if this music was still playing when the trigger happened, it will overwrite it, and basically you're going to have two music playing at the same time. Leon did the mistake of using ambient generic as a music thing. I think ambient generic isn't really the right way of using music. I think in Source there's a few ways. There's actually a way for you to like use music, even if it's music that's not really from Valve, because Underhell did this. And underheld it is so much better. Okay. I think I'll weaken him a bit. Too much heat. At this point, I think I'm gonna have to accept that picking the hard difficulty mode while playing on the many enemies mode will eventually bite me in the ass. But you know what? Bygones be bygones. Anywho, there is one command soldier fighting enemies in the back. I should probably leave him alone and like get some ammunition so that I can finally kill him when he is done. Anywho, since the music is done, I think I should probably... Come here, you. Just gonna grab his ammo because there's absolutely nothing of use at the back. I think there's maybe one or two things, but I'm not gonna risk fighting headcrabs from. Anywho, music trigger in this room. Go into this room. If the previous music was playing, it's gonna overlay. See what I'm talking about? Music thing. Anywho, Leon likes to do this, hiding vents behind things, even though it doesn't really make any sense. I don't know why. Could have just done the mining thing. Leon also likes to lock doors behind. Okay, not really right now, but he will do so in a few moments. You know, I've recently been watching some people try to play Half-Life recently. I think the previous one was like some fat dude who likes bears. I think I forgot what his name was. He tried to play Half-Life using the cinematic mod. I despise that mod, by the way. Don't play Half-Life with that. Just it changed too much. Anyway, I've played the guy played Half-Life, and he uses the old method of using ladders, as in Half-Life 1. I think I've seen a lot of people saying shit, dissing Valve's way of using ladders, even though the optimal way of using ladders is to simply press E on them, and when you're at the top, press E again to dismantle. Or use space in cases like this. People like to diss on Valve's ladders so much, even though they're not really that bad. I think they're just because they're not really informed. Valve ain't really the kind of people that would make tutorials complimentary. I mean, yeah, they did that with Half-Life 1, but in subsequent games, they didn't do that. Half-Life 2, it's all in-game, subtle hints, subtle gestures, invisible tutorials, as people would say. And, well, people just didn't get the idea that they could easily... Oh my god. They could just easily use ladders by just pressing E instead of trying to mount on them and jumping off like a buffoon. Use E and space. Two optimal ways of using ladders, which a lot of people have failed to understand until now. Really sad. Whoa, what the? I think I just got hit by... Oh, come on, Leon. Come on. This thing is floating. This thing is floating. Fix that. Just gonna throw this. Yep. Lower the damage a little bit. Gonna get ambushed by some enemies here. Oh, hello. What are you trying to get in? I'm sorry. Here, let me... Here, you first, mate. Ah. What a stylistic way of death. I wish I could go that way. Just being stylish. A very fashionable way of dying. Won't you all agree? Anyway, yep. Some enemies coming here. And like idiots, they stand in the middle of grenades. Just give me a bit. There we go. I think there's more here. Is there? And no, nothing. Good. Oops. Whoa, 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 whoa. What are you trying to... Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. What are you trying to pull my... Okay, wait. I don't know if this is really something that Valve did intentionally or is a bug, but Half-Life 2 has this habit of reloading weapons outside of your use. So take a look at this. This is 0, right? But when you get back to it, oh, hold on a second. Need to like get back a bit. I think it like reloads midway. See, it's completely reloaded even without me reloading it. So I think you can like say that it's a HEV feature, you know, Mark 5. It reloads your weapons automatically when you're not using them. So I guess in a way it really does cut some time when you're just at... I like to do this thing called weapon checking in Half-Life and its mods. So sometimes when I'm in the middle of a very peaceful moment like this, I would check all of my weapons for its condition and reload them accordingly. If the shotgun needs cocking, I'll let the shotgun cock, and then the reloading, lock and load, everything. And I think Valve tried to cut that, tried to make players who do that not do that anymore. So the Mark 5 now reloads weapons automatically. Wait, I forgot to grab some of the grenade launcher things here. Really useful when trying to fight enemies in groups, because the closure really likes to throw enemies in groups at you. Lots of enemies. Thankfully, they're varied. So sometimes you'll be fighting zombies, sometimes you'll be fighting combines and hunters. Thankfully, it's pretty varied. They get repetitive at some point, even though, yeah, they're varied, but they can get a little bit stale before they decide to change up. So maybe I don't really know if you can really change that, Leon. It's just that hopefully it can be changed in one way or the other. Hi. They're too far, so I'm just gonna... Yep, there we go. The Mark 5 only reloads when the gun is completely out though, so if you have still like some bullets, even if it's just one, well, tough luck to you, Sonny Jim. The gun's not gonna get reloaded. Anything? Nope. Anything? I think this is breakable. We can go through here and ambush the enemy. Yep, there we go. Let's see if there's any more supplies or enemies. Some enemies just spawn there. I think this is one of the few things that I don't really like about the closure. The fact that enemies spawn either behind you or in front of you. Sometimes they spawn inside. Like, I can see them spawning, Leon. Don't do that. Afraid of Monsters did that, and no one liked it. Enemies spawn behind you when you're not looking. No one likes that. No one. Maybe in a game, maybe in a survival arcade-ish type game, that can be very much acceptable. But in games like Half-Life, you don't want to do this because it makes players feel like their efforts was wasted for nothing, because they just cleared an entire area of enemies. Don't spawn more enemies behind them. If you see that, there's the thing again, many enemies. If you want to spawn enemies, spawn them in front of them. But just not inside. Okay? Doing that is not cool. Some headcrab dying there for God knows what reason.